Cardio. It's the next day. We're staying locked in. All right. So, next day, another day, did it all over again. I did my cardio, 30 minutes on the bike, sit alone bike. Pretty good. Got to go sweat. Was watching some Trend Twins. Pretty great. And yeah, took a shower, and now I'm doing this. I ate like this egg, ham, cheesy thing. I don't know. My mom made it, so I was like, okay, it's got egg, ham. I'm like, okay, sounds great for breakfast. And then I had my Premier Protein shake, and that was about that. I want to take this time to speak about this topic that I was reading in my book. Here, I'll go grab it. It is Jordan Peterson. It's 12 Rules for Life. I got this book forever ago when I was like, I want to start reading, and I got the book and I never opened it. I never started it. I was like, seems great right now. Let's start it. And Jordan Peterson, I like him. I've seen a lot of his political topics and stuff. I like what he says. And I want to explain this first rule he's going over. And it says, which I can kind of understand the gist overall. I have not finished reading this yet, but I think I have like the main gist to start speaking about it, is stand up straight with your shoulders back. So what he does is he talks about this dominance hierarchy, and he uses the example of lobsters, and these lobsters over years. So he uses evolution to really describe how this is it's a part of it's part of the natural world, as in like you don't choose to have a dominance hierarchy. It's within every society and every group, community thing. He used evolution to explain that, which I can see how he's using it to kind of explain how it works, but obviously like I got my own things against evolution, my own opinions about it, but I can still see where he's going with it. But it's this dominance hierarchy where these dominant individuals, these winners and the losers, in terms of lobsters when they fight, the losers they change into something happens in their brain. Actually, talks about like the chemicals in the brain. But the winners, what happens is they get to continue to win, and the losers continue to lose. So basically, it's this thing on how if you're dominant, if you're higher up in the dominance category, you're going to continue to be successful, as long as losers are going to be continually losers. And I didn't finish it yet, so I don't think I have like all of the gist on how you're supposed to break out the system or understand or better yourself from it. But so far what I've got is he's establishing how setting up good routines and habits help this, because he explains if there's a stressed individual, someone who is low on the dominance hierarchy at the moment, depressed, anxiety, all sorts of junk, if they are focused on having to deal with the small things within their day, just all sorts of, like, they don't have any sort of routine, and they have to focus on getting through the day first. That means they don't have any like time to like set apart from improving. So one of his things he suggested first, which is like, heck, that's amazing right now, is he talked about sleep right away. He was like, that's the first thing you always talk to people is their sleep and check same time they wake up every day. He didn't even say going to bed at the same time, but he said necessarily waking up. And I'm like, great. That means I'm already on the right track to doing better. Basically, I think how it's going to end, I'll finish it tonight, the rule, but basically, it's stand up with your shoulders straight, be confident, try and be that dominant person, because in society, in any community, it's shown that if you are in the dominant part, whatever you're going to say dominant is, if you're successful in a part, you're going to continue to be successful. So you have to get there. You have to work to get there, and then it's like exponential. He talked about positive feedback loops, which I think I've talked about in school, but positive feedback basically amplifies something, but then again, so you could take the example for addiction, for positive feedback being bad on um, low level people, on the dominant, successful, whatever. Um, if you take this positive feedback loop, what happens is you do something, it has an outcome, but then say like addiction, drinking. If you drink, you get these symptoms, but to fix the symptoms, you continue to drink. And it's spiral. It's basically just spiraling, and it shows how underdominant can just spiral, keep spiraling down to loser, becoming more loserish, and successful becoming more successfulish. So, yeah, I'll probably finish up what he talks about when I talk about it tomorrow, but that's what it is right now. And I can also think relating it to I was thinking about this. I have a health class in school right now. Oh, this is about a follower. I have a health class at school, and it's okay. I just listen because I need to for class. But one thing I had noticed, they talk about this hierarchy of needs also, and it's kind of an interesting subject because I can correlate to this in my own way. Um, it's talking about how there's like a base needs for everyone, going from basically needing food and then protection and then like all the way to the top to being belonging to a group, which I mean, okay, but what happened, what you can correlate this over is you need the basics, the base to get out of that successful, because it's like a hierarchy. Like you need food first, and then you can work on having the protection level of needs, and then you need that level. Like it's interesting. You can correlate to this because you need a set a routine base, get your sleep in check, get all your habits in check, so that you can become more successful. So you're not in that loser cycle, that continuing a loser's going to continue to lose cycle. You got to get out of it. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna get more on how to get out of it, but that was that, and that was my topic for today. See how that plays out. But yeah, probably going to lift a little bit today, bench again, bench session, and yeah, it'll be fun. I'll record it. Right now, I'm probably just gonna sit around my computer, try and get water, and I'll probably take this in a second. Creeping, take some Diet Cokes because I'm kind of cutting. I'm not tracking my macros, so yeah, I want to talk about goals a little bit. I'm not tracking my macros necessarily, but I need to get down below 220 when I compete, because I want to compete in 100 kg, because that was the best weight I ever did. I noticed once I started gaining weight, I went up past 220 to like around the 235 mark, 230s. I did not like, I was getting stronger in my bench and squat, but my deadlift was just like my old technique. I was getting stuck on my own body. It was like I was just too big. Like I couldn't do the deadlift motion anymore, and it actually made me weaker. Because you think mass moves mass, yes, but to an extent, for me as a power lifter, I already have my technique, and I need to get stronger in the 220 weight class rather than gain a little weight, because honestly, it messed me up and set me back a little more on deadlift than I wanted to. So that'll be interesting. Talk about more programming when I start. I was thinking about maybe possibly doing a 5-day program. I'm talking to my coach about what his opinions on it. See if I can make up something new. But basically, I was going to do what I made before again, because that was what worked best for me ever. So that'll be how it plays out. And yeah, so cutting down, not necessarily cutting, I'm not tracking my calories. I find it better for me is if I just try and eat as little as possible throughout the day, like feel a little hungry during the day, because I can eat a lot. I can eat a heck ton. I think what's better is just tracking the calories and be like, I need to get 2,000 today. I need to eat a little more. I got room for a little more. I'm just going to try and eat as little as possible, but whenever I eat something, have it high in protein, and then that'll basically be set, and I'll feel good. I did it 2 days ago. My sleep was all out of whack. I woke up at like 2 o'clock, got out of bed really late, and the only thing I had that day was like a Premier Protein shake and like the new Taco Bell nuggets, which are really good macro wise. They're a great option. 72 grams of protein, 609 calories, amazing, awesome. But That was like all I ate that day, so it was kind of crazy. But yeah, that'll be interesting. And those are kind of the goals right now. Continue these routines and continue these days and continue making these videos, kind of content thing. And yeah, that'll be it.